ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तमा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतथा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी स्तोतीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरननदी कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. We have completed the third chapter. Topic of the chapter being Karma Yoga. Started with Arjuna Vishada Yoga, that provides the context in which the Gita teaching was given. For Arjuna, that which was the topical problem became the reason for the discovery of fundamental problem. The fundamental problem of samsara, shoka. So therefore, in the following chapter, second chapter, not knowing what to do, is surrendered to Bhagavan. Shishyas tekam shadimam tvam prapannam iti, completely surrendered to the charioteer Krishna, asking him to be his guru and give him the means by which he will gain Shreyas. Therefore, the Shreyas meaning moksha, freedom. Wanting to get out not only from this problem, that is the problem what he was facing, also the problem from the fundamental problem. Therefore, Shreyaha, the word Shreyaha is moksha ityartha, freedom. Shishyastegam shadhivam tvam prapannam. Therefore, only he became a Shishya. If it is prayers, one need not be a Shishya. For prayers, one has to become a Shishya and accept the other person as a Guru. So therefore, he asked for moksha. Mokshaya sadhanam kim? The only upaya for moksha is, the only upaya to be free from, to be free from the shackles of samsara is atmajnanam. Therefore, Panditaha na anushochanti ashocyan vashochastum iti, from the 11th shloka onwards up to 38th shloka of the second chapter, he gave the means for moksha, that is jnanam. That is, jnanam is the means. Jnanam, for jnanam, for gaining the pakwata for jnanam, he also gave the means for that. From the following shloka 39th onwards. Yeshate Bhagita Sankhe Buddhir Yoge to Imam Shno iti, the same chapter, following Jnanam, Jnana Yoga, Bhagavan Krishna, he presented Karma Yoga also. So Karma Yoga is the upaya for Jnana Yoga. So Karma Yoga, upaya, Jnana Yoga, upeya. Jnanam is aham akarta, abhokta, aham nityaha, anashinaha, aprameyaha, shuddhaha, muktaha. That is jnanam. For that, the means for gaining that jnanam, the means is, the direct means is shastram. Pramana, without pramana, jnana yoga is not possible. And for gaining the pakvata for that, karma yoga is the means. Therefore, the karma yoga also Bhagavan Krishna, he presented in the second chapter. So, karma yoga for chitta shuddhi, chitta shuddhya, jnana yogyata. Chitta shuddhi is jnana yogyata prapti. Without chitta shuddhi, jnana yoga may be possible, but it will be just an information. It will be just an academic knowledge. Therefore, karma yoga prepares the person following the person who follows karma yoga is a mumukshu. He is also a mumukshu only. Therefore, the attitude with which he performs karma yoga indicate that the person is a mumukshu, and therefore prepares a person for jnana yoga. Jnana yoga, which is characterized by guru upasadanam, shastra patanam, and therefore jnanam and moksha. This is the scheme of the Veda and the teaching of Bhagavan Krishna also. As it is in the Veda, so it was presented. In the Veda also, the first part of the Veda deals with karma and upasana elaborately, followed by Jnana Kanda, that is Upanishad. So one is a means for the other. And ultimately for moksha, Jnanam is the sadhanam. So therefore, Bhagavan talked about both. What is the relative means, that is karma yoga, for handling ragadvesha, instead of removing it, handling ragadvesha, by which the person following karma yoga, by which the person gains the yogyata, he develops shama, dhamma, and his viveka and vairagya, everything becomes stronger, by which if he gets into jnana yoga, then that jnanam will give obstacle-free moksha, obstacle-free. The jnanam, when it becomes obstacle-free, that is moksha. So jnanameva moksha. So therefore, for moksha, how many sadhanams are there? Only one sadhana. Jnanam is the means for moksha. And this jnanam is possible only when the person is ready for it. And readiness is by karma yoga. And karma yoga, jnana yoga, both can be simultaneously also followed. There is no strict division. Therefore, in the third chapter, the following chapter, Bhagavan Krishna, he presented two types of lifestyle. Jnana yogena sankyanam, karma yogena yoginam iti. Sankhya, and for yogi, Sankhya, the lifestyle of the sannyasi characterized by jnana yoga, and that of the grihastha by karma yoga. Iti, two types of lifestyle. But it is possible in both the lifestyles, both the yoga can be practiced, depending on the adhikaritum of the person. The sannyasi also can do karma yoga, not agni karma, can also prepare himself for jnanam by reaching out action, etc., and pursuing jnanam. Similarly, grihastha also, of course, he has to do karma, there is no choice for him, and simultaneously he can do shravanam, that is jnana yoga, also he can do. So therefore, whichever may be the lifestyle, both the yogas can be present. But for mokshaya, jnanam is the sadhanam, only sadhanam. Jnanam is the only sadhanam. So Bhagavan made very clear. In the second chapter itself, maybe the second chapter for Arjuna, it was not clear. Therefore, Therefore, the third chapter begins. With the second chapter itself, Gita is over. The Gita is complete with the second chapter. Because Arjuna raised a question, therefore Bhagavan Krishna elaborated Karma Yoga. The question was, Jayasi Chet Karmanaste Mata Buddhir Janardana Tatkim Karmani Ghore Mam Neo Jayasi Keshava. As though this two things are there and comparing. Bhagavan said, Bhagavan, he presented Jnanam as a means, and for Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga is a means. That's how he presented. But Arjuna thought there are two yogas for moksha, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. So therefore, Karma Yoga is difficult and Jnana Yoga is easy because Jnana Yoga involves giving up, sannyasa. So better, no blood, no hurt. So therefore, that is better. Then why do you ask me to engage in this karma? Iti? So therefore the understanding of the teaching of Krishna in the second chapter was not understood as it supposed to be. Therefore, the question comes, as though two yogas for independently takes a person to moksha. No. Karma is not a means for moksha. That Bhagavan made again clear in the second chapter. At the same time, karma yoga is important, absolutely essential for a mukshu, because it sharpens the wrong edges and makes a person an adhikari. Sometimes one's whole lifetime is required, not only one's whole lifetime, maybe many janma required to sharpen the edges, to sharpen the edges, sharp corners, to develop adhikaritva more and more, shama, dama, titiksha. When all these are present in relative measure, then jnanam is not far. Then jnanam, therefore moksha is not far. So therefore, the third chapter dealt with Karma Yoga, and Karma Yoga was presented in different ways. Now, in the fourth chapter, Bhagavan, he praises glorifies the teaching. The teaching what Bhagavan had given is only the teaching of the Veda. The teaching of the Gita is not different from the teaching of the Veda. What Veda teaches, that alone Bhagavan also presented. So, therefore, in the fourth chapter, in the following chapter, Bhagavan Krishna, he wanted Arjuna to understand the importance of this teaching. He want to understand the greatness of the teaching. Therefore, he glorifies. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna, he glorifies the teaching. How does he glorify? Vidya is glorified by the sampradaya. Vidya is glorified by glorifying the teachers in the sampradaya, glorifying the shishyas in the sampradaya, like it is done in the Mundakopanishad. Vidya Stuti by sampradaya Stuti, Acharya Stuti, and Shishya Stuti. In the Mundakopanishad, it is done. That's how it begins. Brahma Devanam Pratavas Sambhabhuva Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta Sabrahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtham Atarvaya Jeshta Putraya Praha Atarvaneyam Pravadeta Brahma Atarvatam Purovachangire Brahma Vidyam Sabharattvajaya Satyavahaya Praha Bharatvajo Girase Paravara Iti. Then Shaunakaha Akashalaha Angirasam Vidivata Prasanna Pracha Iti. That Brahmaji, he taught this to Atharva taught to Bharadvaja to Angiras. So, iti, that Sampradaya is given. Atharva to Angihi to Bharadvaja to Angiras to Shaunaka. Iti the Vidya Sampradaya. Why this Sampradaya is mentioned? because it was not, this teaching was not concocted by anybody, by anyone in the middle of the tradition. It was handed over from the Brahma itself, Brahmaji itself. Brahmaji got it from Bhagavan. So it has come from Bhagavan only, Dakshinamurti. So as it was revealed to the rishis, so it was down the line handed over. So therefore, the teaching must be greater. Therefore, the teaching is, it must be greater, and it is in the form of the Veda. So therefore, the teaching is glorified. Jnanam, which is the means for moksha, and that is called Shreyas. For Jnanam, we have for Jnana Yogita, sadhana is karma. So praising the karma yoga, that the intention of the mumukshu following the karma yoga is for Jnanam. Therefore, if Vidya is praised, the mumukshu will be inspired to follow karma yoga. Otherwise, every time he will be stuck with this question: what is the use of doing this? What am I going to achieve this? I want moksha, why should I do karma? But when the person understands, or to inspire the person to make him stick to karma yoga, so that he will gain over a period of time the status, the yogeta. So for that vidya stuti is required. This is, so this stuti is the way, is by which by the stuti the students are inspired or enthused to follow karma yoga as well as jnana yoga. So both. So it's not that only karma yoga in karma yoga can be followed at the same time jnana yoga also. Sometimes this jnana yoga also, in addition to karma yoga, the exposure to jnana yoga shastram for a period of time, consistent period of time, that also gives certain yogita. The person develops vairagya. Having been listening to the shastram again and again, that the words enter the head, and it slowly it starts developing, and over a period of time, the person, he understands that understanding gets unfolded in the form of the viveka and vairagya. So it also helps in developing the adhikaritvam. So therefore, it is not that it's not that one should wait till one becomes a complete adhikari. That is not possible. Therefore, after jnana yoga, everything is done. Then after karma yoga, then I will enter into jnana yoga. Then after that, it is not like that. Both can be adopted, provided a person is a mumukshu. But the point is, karma is not the means. Karma is not the means. In addition to the pursuit of jnanam, grihasthas, even the sannyasi also can follow jnanam. Of course, sannyasi, he has to pursue jnanam, jnana yoga. There is no choice for him. For him, jnana yoga is dominant, supported by karma yoga. Whereas for a grihastha, it is predominantly karma yoga plus jnana yoga. So karma yoga supported by jnana yoga. So most of the time, since he is involved in karma, the laukika vyavahara, so therefore karma yoga backed up by jnana yoga. Ultimately both. That gives ultimately the jnanam. But karma is a means for the upeya bhuta jnana nishta. So one is upaya, other one is upeya. For the moksha upeya, jnanam is the only upaya. So that being made very clear. Therefore, the two types of nishtas are available. One can choose as one deserves and follow. After gaining jnanam, one need not do karma. That is called the vidvat sannyasa. Sarvakarma sannyasa, otherwise. Sarvakarma sannyasa means knowledge. That Sarvakarma sannyasa is not ashrama sannyasa. It can be ashrama sannyasa also, but need not be also. So that is Sarvakarma sannyasa is characterized by jnanam. So aham akarta abhokta, that jnanam is dridam. So therefore the person need not do karma. If he is a grihastha, he is supposed to do karma. He cannot refrain from doing karma, being in grihastha ashrama. Therefore he has to do. Unless he has taken to sannyasa, the person has to continue. That is also as said in the Gita, Sayat Pravanam Kurute Lokaha Tadavartate. So whatever he does, that becomes a model, a sample, a model. Whatever he does, that becomes a pramana, that becomes a norm, a model for the people to follow. Therefore it is said, even though he doesn't have anything to gain by karma. So this is what we have seen up to the third chapter. Now in the fourth chapter, Vidyastuti, Bhagavan Krishna, the first two shlokas, he praises the teaching. Then Arjuna asks question, and further development takes place, and the chapter continues. So it is the elaboration of the third chapter. So the second chapter, the entire teaching is given in a very condensed form. That is called Upakrama. Upakramopasamharaha. Abhyaso purvatapalam. Artavadopapattischa lingam tatparya nirnaye. That Shadlinga, to determine the tatparyam of the Shastra, the tatparyam, the teaching, the message of the Shastra, the Shadlingas, the 6 characteristics are discussed. For Gita Shastram also, the introduction is, first chapter is only the context. There is no teaching involved. It's only Arjuna who talks. The second chapter, Upakrama, what is going to be presented in the Gita is given in a condensed form. Now it is going to be elaborated. Finally, will be Upasamhara, conclusion. In between, you will see the other lingas, Abhyasaha, Purvata, Palam, Artavadaha, all those things. Now there is elaboration. So the third chapter, Karma Yoga elaborated. Further it is elaborated. And in the fourth chapter, Bhagavan Krishna begins the teaching with the Vidyastuti. As we saw, Vidyastuti is done by Acharya Stuti, Acharya in the Sampradaya. So let us read. Atachaturthodhyayah.
Atachaturthodhyayah.
We will read the first shloka. Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Imam Vivasvate Yogam.
Imam Vivasvate Yogam.
Proktavanahamavyayam.
Proktavanahamavyayam.
Vivasvan manave praha.
Vivasvan manave praha.
Manorikshvakave bravit.
Manurikshvaka me bravit.
And Bhashyakara gives a sangati to this shloka. So the fourth chapter begins with Bhagavan Vacha. And Bhashyakara connects. That is the commentator does. Connecting the shloka and connecting the chapters. Connecting the successive shloka with the previous shloka. What is the connection? The connection has to be, if connection is known, then the sequence is understood. The sequence is understood. Even in memorizing the shloka, the connection, if you know, it's very easy. So the connection, and similarly the chapter. Shloka connection, now chapter connection. What is the connection of this chapter with the third chapter? So the connection in the form of Sangati, that is called Sangati, connection. It is presented by Bhashyakara here. Let us read. Yoyam yogaha.
Yoyam yogaha.
अध्यायद्वयेन उक्तः
अध्यायद्वयेन उक्तः
ज्ञाननिष्ठालक्षणः
ज्ञाननिष्ठालक्षणः
ससन्न्यासः
ससन्न्यासः
कर्मयोग उपायः
कर्मयोग उपायः
यस्मिन् वेदार्थः परिसमाप्तः
यस्मिन् वेदार्थः परिसमाप्तः
प्रवृत्तिलक्षणः
प्रवृत्तिलक्षणः
निवृत्तिलक्षणश्च
निवृत्तिलक्षणश्च
गीतासु च सर्वासु
गीतासु च सर्वासु
अयमेव योगः विवक्षितः भगवता
अयमेव योगः विवक्षितः भगवता
अतः
अतः
परिसमाप्तम्
परिसमाप्तम्
वेदार्थं मन्वानः
वेदार्थं मन्वानः
वेदार्थम् अनुस्वर is there. तं
तं
वंशकथनेन
वंशकथनेन
स्तौति भगवान् स्तौति
स्तौति
श्रीभगवान्.
स्तौति श्रीभगवान्.
Yes. The yoga which was presented in the two chapters. Which two chapters? Dvitiya Adhyayah, Tritiya Adhyayah. Adhyayadvayena yaha yogaha uktaha. Yaha ayam yogaha adhyayadvayena uktaha. This yoga which was uktaha presented in the two chapters, second chapter and third chapter. What is that yoga? Jnana Nishta Lakshanaha. Therefore, Jnana Yoga. Therefore, Jnana Yoga, Jnana Nishta Lakshanaha. That is Jnana Yoga. That is Nishta. That Nishta Nitaram Sthitihi. That yoga which is characterized by Nishta in Jnana. Abiding in that Jnana. Nitaram Sthitihi. Nischayena Sthitihi. Abiding in that Nishta. Jnana. Abiding in that Jnana. Jnana Nishta. Yogaha is pullinga, therefore Lakshanaha. Otherwise Lakshanam, Lakshane, Lakshana in Apumsakalinga. So it's Bahuri Samasa. Jnana Nishta Lakshanaha. So Jnana Nishta Lakshanaha. Ayam Yogaha, Jnana Yogaha. Jnanameva Nishta and Jnana Nishta. So Jnana Nishta, Rupa, Lakshanam. Jnana Nishta, Lakshanam, Eva Lakshanam. Yasya Yogasya Saka Yogaha, Jnana Nishta, Lakshanaha, Yogaha. That is called Jnana Yoga. Sasanyasiga, another word, which is Sasanyas. Sanyasena Saka Vartate, which is with Sanyasa. Sanyasa is Sarvakarma Sanyasa. Therefore, Jnanam. Sarvakarma Sanyasa is Jnanam. And it can be an Ashrama Sanyasa, that is a Vidvat Sanyasi taken to Sanyasa. He has Jnanam. Therefore, he has withdrawn from Pravritti, taken to Nivritti, Sanyasa. That is Sanyasa, Sarvakarma Sanyasa. Also, a Grasta Jnani. He also had gained Jnanam, but he had not given up. That Sanyasa is Antara Sanyasa. Sanyasa is only by Jnanam. Sanyasa is Sarvakarma Sanyasa is means Jnanam, knowledge. Without that, Sanyasa is only Ashrama Sanyasa. So, Sanyasa, Sanyasi, really speaking, it must be Jnanam. And for Jnanam end, the Sanyasa, the Ashrama Sanyasa becomes a means. So, for Jnanam, for the Jnanam end, we have choice, either Ashrama Sanyasa or Grasta Ashrama. Sannyasa lifestyle or Grasta Ashrama lifestyle. That lifestyle Nishta is that two different lifestyles. That we have choice, no problem. But yes, asanyasaha is jnana-nishta lakshanaha sannyasa. Asanyasaha means that nishta in jnanam, which is characterized by sannyasa, sarva karma sannyasa, that is, that person is a jnani who has akartrutva buddhi, abhoktrutva, agam akarta, agam abhokta, agam atma, agam nityaha, sarvagataha, stanuhu, achalaha, puratanaha, nitya shuddha mukta swabhavaha. This jagat is nitya, aham atma. That jnanam is very clear for him. That jnanam is, he has got very clear vision of jnanam. So his ajnanam has gone, he is muktaha, is free. So jnana nishta lakshanaha sasanyasaha, for which, what is upaya? Karma yoga is the upaya. For karma yoga is the upaya. Upaya, that means for what? Jnana nishta lakshanaha, which is uktam in the 2 chapters, for which karma yoga is a means. So karma yoga is a means for jnana nishta lakshanaha sasanyasaha. So sasanyasa is jnanam. It is jnanam. And jnanam by jnana yoga, for which karma is the upaya. Karma yoga is the upaya. So karma yoga upayaha yasya lakshanasya saha lakshanaha jnana-nishta lakshanaha. So for jnana-nishta, karma yoga is the upaya. Karmaha yogaha, karma eva yogaha, karma yogaha. Karma yogaha upayaha yasya saha karma yoga upayaha. Iti yasmin vedartha parisamaptaha kasmin, in that yoga, in that jnanam, jnana yoga, vedartha parisamaptaha, the teaching of the Veda is concluded, culminated. The teaching of the Veda culminates in that what? Jnanam. Jnanam by jnana yoga. Jnana yoga is Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, that is called jnana yoga. So, yasmin vedartha. Vedartha is both the karma kanda as well as jnana kanda. So, vedartha parisamaptaha is Veda, which has got 2 parts, Purva Bhagaha, Karma Kandaha, Uttara Bhagaha, Vedantaha. So that culmination happens in Jnana, not in Karma. If you look upon the Shastram as Eka Shastram, like Karma Kandis, for them, the Tatparyam of Veda is only in doing, only in Karana. That is why Shankaracharya said, Nagi Nagi Rakshati, Dukring Karane, Moksha is not possible by doing. Therefore, looking upon the Veda as 2 parts, Karma Kanda as a means for Jnana Kandam, and therefore the teaching of the Veda culminates in that, because after that nothing to be done. Samsara, Nivritti, so Jnanam, therefore Jnana Nishta, therefore Yastveva, that Atmaratihi, that person revels in himself. He is Atmaratihi, Atma Santushtaha, Atmanyeva, Atmana Santushtaha. So tasya karyam na vidyate. He doesn't have anything to do. Yasvatmanatireva syat atmatrashta manavaha is atmaratihi. So therefore, he revels in himself. He doesn't have anything to gain to fulfill himself, because he discovers the Purnatvam. So his Purnatvam is in the discovery only. Therefore, after that, nothing to be done. So therefore, Vedartaha Parisamaptaha. And Vedartaha Pravritti Lakshanaha Nivritti Lakshanascha. Pravritti Lakshanaha is Karma Yoga. Pravritti Lakshanaha is Karma Yoga. And Nivritti Lakshanaha is Jnana Yoga. So therefore, Nishtadvayam. Lokesmin Dvida Nishta, Pura Prokta Mayanah, Pravritti Lakshanaha, Nivritti Lakshanascha, Jnana Yogena Sankyanam, that is Nivritti Lakshana. Karma Yogena Yoginam is Pravritti Lakshana. So Pravritti Lakshana and Nivritti Lakshana. Pravritti Lakshana, Pravritti means action, Nivritti is withdrawal. So, therefore, the entire teaching of the Veda, which is Pravritti Lakshana and Nivritti Lakshana, Pravritti Lakshanaha, Nivritti Lakshanaha, they culminate in Jnana Nishta Lakshanaha Sasanyasaha. And that alone in the Gita. In the Gitasu, Sarvasu Gitasu, Sarvasu Gitasu, in all the Gitas. How many Gitas are there? There is only one Gita. But this Gita has got 18 chapters, excepting the first chapter, which is only the context. There is no teaching. All the 17 chapters, they are looked upon as each Upanishad. Therefore, Gita Su Upanishad Su. So Sarvasu Gita. So in all the Gita, in all the 18 chapters of the Gita, Gita Su Ayameva Yogaha Vivakshitaha Bhagavata. This alone is Vivakshitaha. This alone is conveyed, elaborated, presented by the Lord Bhagavata. So, the two chapters of the Gita, first chapter and second chapter, talked about before, and the means for Jnana Nishta, the means for Jnanam is Jnana Nishta, that requires sannyasa, sannyasa. Sannyasa means it is the characterized by vairagya and commitment to this jnana. So therefore, the person not interested in other pursuit, therefore there is withdrawal from other pursuits. And that yogita, that is called jnana yoga. For that karma yoga is a means. Therefore, unless karma yoga had been done, chitta shuddhi is gained. Ragadvesha, the ragadvesha has not been sufficiently neutralized. If one has not saved over jnana yoga, he cannot pursue. If ragadvesha has not been neutralized in karma yoga, one cannot pursue jnana yoga. So therefore, karma yoga is important, followed by jnana yoga. That alone described in the first two chapters. So therefore here Bhashyakara says yaha yoga uktaha. He didn't say two yogas were taught by me. Karma yoga, jnana yoga doesn't say that. Two lifestyles were taught by me, not two yogas. That yoga as a karanam, if you take yoga by which moksha is gained, that yoga is only jnana yoga. Karma yoga, that is a means for jnana yoga. Therefore, yaha ayam yogaha adhyaya dvayena uktaha. What is that yoga? Jnana yoga only. Jnana yoga is only taught, for which karma yoga is the means. So karma yoga cannot be the means for moksha. If karma yoga also becomes a means for moksha, then jnana yoga also is a means for moksha, then what will happen? Two yogas independently takes a person to moksha will come, then it cannot be moksha. And also the nature of karma, we know. Nature of karma is the nature of karma being parichinna, it cannot give aparichinna palam. It cannot give purnatvam. Because it involves doing. Doing cannot give moksha. Moksha is the knowledge of what one is. For that, karma is not required. Why? The knowledge of the reality is not known. Ajnanam is there. For ajnanam, jnanam is required or karma. How much ever karma you do, jnanam cannot be gained. Jnanam is veiled by ajnanam. Therefore, for the removal of ajnanam, what is required is pramanam. Pramanam only removes, not reveals, removes ajnanam. Therefore, karma is only the means for jnana yoga, cannot be the means for jnanam, because karma is apraptasya prapti. Karma is a means for apraptasya prapti. Jnanam is a means for praptasya prapti. Here the moksha, is it siddha vishaya or sadhya vishaya? It is siddha. It is already siddham. Not known, therefore samsara. Once you know, you become free. Therefore, it involves knowing, only knowledge. Therefore, karma cannot be the means. And also, you cannot say karma, jnana karma samuchaya. That also you cannot say. Jnanam combined with karma will give moksha also. That also we cannot say. Jnanam eva, jnanam alone gives moksha. Therefore, that is a topic. That is a topic discussed in the 2 chapters. And karma yoga as a secondary topic for Arjuna and for people like Arjuna, like us, who are in the stage of preparing oneself for Jnana Yoga. For us, Karma Yoga has to be elaborated so that we stick to Karma Yoga, follow Karma Yoga, we do Ishvara Aradhana, gain the grace of the Lord, Ishvara Anugraha, so that we become matured and more matured over a period of time and get that Yogita. So therefore, Karma Yoga is elaborated. Because it is elaborated, not that can become Tatparya. Veda also, the most of the voluminous portion of the Veda deals with karma. Does it mean karma is a Tatparya? No. Karma cannot be. Karma as a means. Therefore, since the means for moksha is Jnana Yoga, therefore Bhagavan had taught how many yoga? Only one yoga. Therefore, only Yaha Ayam Yogaha. That yoga which I taught, Ashakara beautifully says, Yaha Ayam Yogaha. Only one yoga is taught, not Dvau Yogau Adhyaya Dvayena Uktaha. I didn't say that. If he had said Dvau Yoga, then karma also becomes one yoga. But not karma as a yoga. Not karma yoga. Karma yoga taught as a means only for jnana yoga. But what yoga taught? It is only jnana yoga alone. Therefore, ayam yoga adhyayat dvayena uktaha. Why? Because it is sakshat sadhanam. Therefore, karma yoga paramparaya sadhanam. Jnana yoga sakshat sadhanam. Therefore, jnanam eva uktamaya. And for jnanam, this karma nishta is, karma yoga is means upeya bhuta, upaya bhuta. Karma yoga is upaya bhuta. Karma yoga is in the form of the upaya, that means. And jnana yoga is in the form of upeya bhuta, sadhya bhuta, to be gained. Jnana nishta is upaya bhuta, karma nishta is upaya bhuta. Upaya bhuta karmana, karma yogena, upaya bhuta jnana nishta lakshanaha, yogaha maya uttaha adhyayadvayena. That is the introduction. So karma yoga is the upaya. Karma yoga is the upaya for jnana yoga. Therefore, in that the teaching of the Veda is concluded. So in the teaching of the Veda, karma yoga is included, and teaching is concluded in jnana yoga. That is Nivritti Lakshana Jnana Yoga iti. So that alone Bhagavan taught in the 2 chapters. Therefore, it is not that Bhagavan he taught only Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga taught here the contextual. Here the context, here the Shishya is Arjuna. He requires to be taught the importance of Karma Yoga, and that too in the war. He has to outgrow the Ragadvesha. He has to outgrow Kama, Krodha, Lobha, all those, the malas. So therefore, outgrows the limitations, such limitations, that prevents a person from becoming a matured person. So therefore, Karma Yoga is emphasized. Because it is emphasized, it is not the yoga here. It is a means. Therefore, Karma Yoga with proper attitude should be done if a person wants to gain jnanam through jnana yoga. That is the teaching. Therefore, only one yoga is taught. Jnana yoga alone is taught by me. Iti. So, therefore, the entire teaching of the Gita, is it karma shastram or it is jnana shastram? It is jnana shastram. It is a moksha shastram. Because it is a moksha shastram. Why it is a moksha shastram? Because tatparya of the Gita is same as that of the Veda. Vedartaha eva uktaha asyam Gitaya. Therefore, what is the teaching of Gita? It is not karma. It is jnanam alone. It is jnanam alone. Jnanam alone is the teaching of the Gita. And for that, for that the means are given. Karma yoga. Whether you call karma yoga or any other yoga, anything what you do for the preparation of it, they all can come under karma yoga. So in the Gita, we use the word karma yoga. And in the other systems, they use different yoga, Ashtanga yoga, or any other yoga, modern yoga, you name it. It all comes under karma yoga. It's all only the preparatory means. That cannot be the end. The end is only jnanam, and for that jnana yoga alone. Without coming to the guru, without shastra patanam, shastra jnanam, moksha is impossible. So therefore, only one yoga. But there are so many yogas are there around. All these yogas for gaining relative peace, relative contentment, relative free from stress or whatever it is. So that is the only purpose. So we need not dismiss all this yoga, the modern yogas, Sudarshana yoga, Kriya yoga, Hatha yoga, Patanjali's Ashtanga yoga, so many yogas are there. They have got utility. There's no question. We don't dismiss. They have got utility for gaining relative peace of mind, etc., tranquility, free from stress, etc. But not for moksha. They are not the means for moksha. They cannot become the means for knowing the truth, the reality. So we can put all this under karma yoga. Ultimately, this makes you available for jnana. That alone is the means for moksha. Therefore, only one yoga. That alone is taught sarvasu gitasu. In all the chapters, in all the shlokas of the Gita, and all the 700 shlokas, excepting the first chapter. That is the teaching. Therefore, yam eva yogaha, ayam eva yogaha, vivakshitaha maya. That yoga alone is conveyed by Bhagavata. So, Jnana Yoga was the only topic. So, Bhagavan taught only Jnana Yoga. That alone, Bhagavan is glorified. Ataha, Parisamaptam Vedhartam, Parisamaptam Vedartam, Vedartam Vedasya Artaha, Vedartaha, the teaching of the Veda, Parisamaptam, concluded. The teaching of the Veda, Ataha, therefore, the teaching of the Veda concluded, Manvanaga, considering the teaching of the Veda is concluded, and the teaching of the Veda is the teaching being Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. One is the direct means, the other one is indirect means. So presenting the direct means and indirect means for moksha, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, considering the teaching is concluded. Vedartaha Parisamaptaha, Manvanaha, considering the teaching of the Veda to be concluded. Therefore, Tam Vamsha Katanena, Tam is referring to Yogam. Tam Yogam, Jnana Yogam, because that is the teaching. Therefore, only Gita is Moksha Shastra. So, Tam Jnana Yogam, Vamsha Katanena. Vamsha is lineage. Katanena, by the mentioning of the Vamsha, the lineage of what? Lineage of the Acharyas in the tradition, the teachers in the tradition. Vamsha Katanam. Vamsha Katanam of Jnana Yoga. Since it is a Jnana Yoga, Jnanam, knowledge involves teaching. Jnanam is not possible without teaching. So, therefore, it is a teaching tradition. Therefore, presenting the teaching tradition, by the mentioning of the teaching tradition, by the mentioning of the lineage of the teachers of the tradition, Bhagavan, Sri Bhagavan, Bhagavan Krishna, Sri Bhagavan, Shriya Yuktaha Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, Stauti, he praises. Bhagavan Krishna, Sri Bhagavan, Tam, Jnana Yogam, Stauti, Studatu, Stunjitatu, Stauti, Katam, Vamshakatanena, Stauti. Ataha, therefore, Vedartam Parisamaptam Manvanaha, considering the teaching of the Veda is concluded. Its conclusion only in Jnana Yoga. Therefore, Jnana Yoga is praised by Vamshakatanam, by praising the lineage by praising the lineage of what? The Acharya, the teachers. Lineage is, Vamsha is lineage. What greatness is there in the lineage? Because Jnanam is transmitted. Therefore, the lineage is important. Narayanam Padmabhum Vasishtam. That is a lineage. Sadashiva Samarambam, Shankaracharya Madhyam. That is a lineage. And here, Bhagavan presents the lineage. And in Mundaka Upanishad, Brahma Devanam Pratama Sambhava, that is a lineage. So, that lineage presentation is there almost in all the Upanishads, and here also Gita also, it is there. So, by presenting the teachers in the tradition, by knowing the greatness of the people in the tradition, we can infer the greatness of this Vidya. This Vidya was received by great people in the tradition. They received with great effort, and therefore the Vidya must be great, received by the great people. So by praising the great people, the Vidya is praised. So this Vidya, not discovered by anyone in the tradition. You cannot improve upon this Vidya. The Vidya which remains as it is, as old as it is, therefore it is never old. In fact, it is ever new, and it is time tested. It is cannot be changed, cannot undergo any change. You cannot modify it. The truth, and this teaching has blessed so many people in the tradition. They have gained moksha. So, therefore, that parampara, that acharya, that Vamsha Stuti is done by Bhagavan in this shloka. Imam vivasvate yogam. Imam vivasvate yogam. Imam vivasvate yogam. Proktavan agam avyayam. Imam is Dvitiya Vibhakti. Ayam ime imam. Yoga is Pullinga. Therefore, Bhagavan says agam uktavan, proktavan. Prakarshena uktavan, proktavan. What yogam? Imam yogam, this yoga. What? Here, imam yogam only. If Bhagavan Krishna had taught you 2 yogas, you would have said imam yoga. He didn't say, he says imam yogam. Therefore, how many yogas? Only 1 yoga. Therefore, jnana yoga, that is the teaching. Jnanam is the teaching. Therefore, imam yogam, this yoga. Proktavan, agam proktavan, I taught. Pra uktavan, proktavan, prakarshena uktavan. The pra is important. The pra tells prakarshena uktavan. That is, this teaching, this yoga taught. This yoga, I taught this yoga pra very well, that I have communicated it very well, that the student received it. As it is, as I taught, so the student, because I taught, somebody must be there to listen. Otherwise, teaching cannot be teaching. So I taught, and the receiver received as it is. So it means I communicated very clearly, and the student also received it very clearly. So prakarshena, that's what pra is. Upasarga has got the importance. Tatvartah anyatra niyate upasargaha. Upasarga can modify the meaning. Here, para what it does is, what is uktaha? Uktaha is what is told. That is uktaha, ukta pratyaya. What is told is clearly told, clearly presented, well communicated, so that the teaching is received by the students, by the student. Here student is Vivaswan. So Vivasvate, Vivaswan received by him clearly. I taught him clearly, he also received it clearly. So Imam Yogam Vivasvate, Vivaswan is Surya Devata. So Vivaswan, Vivasvat Shabda, Vivaswan, Vivasvanto, Vivasvantaha, Vivasvate, Chaturthi Bhakti, Surya Devataya, Agam, Imam Yogam, Proktavan. What yoga is it? Avyayam Yoga. Avyayam Yogam. One more name for yoga. Why it is called Avyayam? Navyeti iti Avyayam. That which doesn't undergo any any kind of declension is called Avyayam. That's why in grammar also we say Avyayam. That doesn't change. Sarva Sutta Vibhaktishu. Yenna Vyeti Tat Avyayam. That doesn't change its form. Avyayam. Here also this yoga is called Avyaya. Why? Because the teaching of this yoga is Atma. Atma is Avyaya Atma. Atma doesn't undergo any change. The teaching of Atma and the result of this Jnanam, that is moksha. Once you gain moksha, the moksha is not subject to change. Freedom is freedom. Freedom not subject to change. Therefore, the means for that is also called Avyayam. Therefore, Jnana Yoga is also called Avyayam. Moksha is the result of this Jnana Yoga is moksha, and the moksha is Avyayam. Moksha cannot change. Freedom, once Ajnanam goes away, Jnanam is there, means Jnanam is there forever. Again, Ajnanam cannot come in. You cannot, even by wish, bring in Ajnanam, not possible. Therefore, moksha is Avyayam. Since the end is Avyayam, the means for that is also Avyayam only. Therefore, this yoga, which is a means for that, is Avyayam. Therefore, Avyayam Yogam. Since the result is Avyayam, the means also is Avyayam. Moksha doesn't undergo any change. Moksha meaning the Atma, Atma Jnanam. Atma doesn't undergo any change. So, therefore, the means for gaining that also, that is yoga. Yoga has got the Karana Vitpatti. Vijyate Anena Iti Yogaha. That is a means. That also is called by the name Avyayam. Therefore, Avyayam Yogam, this teaching, that is also Avyayam only. Avyayam doesn't undergo any change. Imperishable, indeclinable. Vivaswan, Vivasvate, Vivasvas, it is Vivas Shabda. It is not Vivasvate, Vivasva Shabda. Vivas become Vivaswan, Vivasvanto, Vivasvantaha. Vivasvantam, Vivasvanto, Vivasvataha. Then Vivasvata, it goes like that. Like Vidvas Shabda. So Vivas Shabda, not Vivasvat. I think I said by mistake Vivasvat. Vivas Shabda. V Purvaka, then it is Vas. Vivas. So Vivas, it declined like Vidvas. That all the Vidvas. So here Vivas, Vivasvan, Vivasvate. Vivasvate is Chaturthi Bhakti. It is Vivas plus Vatu. It is Vivasvat only. Shamita. Vivas is the word. V Purvaka Vas meaning Tejas. Then Vatu Pratyaya is added. So it is like Dhimat Shabda. Okay, not like Vidvas. Vidvas is Sakaranta Shabda. Here Vivasvat is Takaranta Shabda. So Vivasvate is there. So Dhimate, Balavate. So similarly, Marute. Similarly, Vivasvate. So Vivasvat is a Shabda. Takarantaha, Pullingaha, Vivasvat Shabda only. So what I said was the beginning, it's correct. So that is Vatu Pratyaya. Vatu Pratyaya, Ma has become Vatu. And Vivas meaning Tejas. So Tejovan, Suryaha. Suryaha is Tejas. So the one who is endowed with Tejas. So vivas and vivasvat, endowed with, therefore vivasvat, therefore only vatu pratyaya. Okay. So it cannot be vivas. If it is vivas in sakaranta, you will not have takara from where ta will come. So vivasvate. So tejaha, endowed with tejas. Vivas meaning tejas. Tejo iktavan ityartaha. Endowed with tejas. Suri devata. So vivasvan, imam yogam, akam proktavan. Okay, then. And vivasvan, pratama vibhakti. Vivasvate chaturthi, vivasvan, pratama. Then I taught to vivasvan, vivasvate, and vivasvan taught to manu. Vivasvan taught the same teaching. Prakarshena yet, prakashena yam yogam, maya uktam, tadeva, yaha yam yogam. Prakarshena, yaha yogaha, maya uktaha, tadeva vivasvan, manave praha, that alone vivasvan taught to manu. He taught to manu. Manave, manu, and manoho apatyam eva manushyaha, manavaha iti, sons of manu, that's called manushyaha. So manu, he taught this to manu. Praha prakarshena, praha also, prakarshena aha, prakarshena uktaha proktaha, uktavan proktavan. Here also prakarshena aha. Vivasan also taught it very clearly too. So therefore, in the tradition, there is there is no error. There cannot be any error crept in the teaching. It was presented as it is. Praha. That's the importance of the upasarga pra. And Manuhu Ikshvakave Abravit. Manu taught to Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku is a special Shabda. It is in the Shabda Mandiri under Visesh Shabda. Ikshvakave, the Chaturthi Vibhakti. Abravit. Manu taught this to Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku belongs to the Surya Vamsha. Surya Vamsha, two famous Vamsha, Surya Vamsha and Chandra Vamsha. And Surya Vamsha only Lord Rama and all in the came that Surya Vamsha dynasty, solar dynasty we call. So Ikshvakave, the Ikshvaku was the first king of the Surya Vamsha, solar dynasty. So Tam Abravit, he taught to Ikshvaku. So the description here, the description of the lineage of the teachers is given. Bhagavan taught to this to Surya Devata. Surya Devata taught to Manu. Manu taught to Ikshvaku. Iti, the paramparaya, this yoga was taught and it has come down the tradition and it is still alive, not contaminated, untouched as it is, because it is pramana praptam. It is that therefore there is no any human intervention, there is no any improvement required on the part of human beings. It is as it is, therefore it remains untouched. Only thing is that it should be told very clearly as it is. The pramana operation has to be done properly. That only the acharya and the tradition can do. That's why we say asampradaya with murkavatu upekshaniya. A very strong word Bhashakara says in the Bhashya, Mandaka Bhashya. Asampradaya with murkavatu upekshaniya. Therefore only so many ideas, so many yogas, so many new modern teachings has come. Even though it has come, this is not going to be changed by them. This will be as it is. The people who pursue all this yoga always will be there, and they will be limited always. They will be limited. It is not that accessible, but to discover this, to come to this, requires a lot of punyam and a lot of maturity, that viveka, vairagya, all those things are required. So only the person who has discovered the fundamental problem of samsara, either through self-analysis, either or through the topical problem, the problem what we face in the life. Sometimes the problem takes us to the solution, like what it did for Arjuna. Arjuna battlefield becomes a source, a karanam to turn to discover the fundamental problem. Similarly, some problems in life may may shift the attention of the person to discover this problem and may come to Shastram or or any other or any other problem because of which over a period of time the person has gained vairagya. Not only problem, yes, he wants to know the truth. He wants to know the truth. Problem, if it is problem driven, when the problem is solved, the person may go back to the world. So the commitment, the person, he has to analyze the problem, wants to know the reason, wants to find a solution for the problem. If that commitment is there, then when he turns to the Shastram, then there he finds a solution, he cannot go back. Whereas for the other people who have got the Vairagya, like Markata Vairagya, Smashana Vairagya, they will come and they will go back. For them, there is coming and going. They are not committed. Therefore, this Shastram, the teaching is not for those people. This is only for us to be committed. Therefore, only for so many modern yogas, there are people to buy those ideas, thinking that will give them a permanent solution. That gives solution, but not permanent. That gives temporary solution. Therefore, most of the people are after only temporary solution for the temporary problem. Problem is temporary. Problem is temporary, but the temporary is continuous. Therefore, it is continuous problem. For that, only solution is jnanam. So to come to jnanam and therefore to Shastram, requires sort of Ishvara Anugraha, without which it's not possible. Therefore, this teaching is going to be there as it is, remaining untouched. And therefore the people always will be there, though limited in number, to follow this. So therefore, the teaching is glorified by the mentioning of the acharyas, so that if we understand the greatness of the people who have come under this tradition and the knowledge received by them and knowledge taught by them, so that we get inspired and follow, there need not be any doubt with regard to this knowledge. For Mananam, Shravanam, after Shravanam, we do Mananam. Mananam, we have doubts, therefore only we do Mananam. After listening, we have doubts, therefore only we do Mananam. Now, we can understand these teachers, the great people in the tradition, they are not ordinary people. They received this Vidya and they gained freedom. If it is possible for them, and if they are accepted, then what's the problem for us? Therefore, we can have pending understanding and follow Shastra. Therefore, in that way also, the glorification helps. In that way also, the glorification helps the student. It drives a student to strive forward, to continue to study. So that is why Vidya Stuti is done. So it is not an redundant topic. That topic is important for the students. Therefore, only Vidya Stuti. And as I said, we can find this invariably present in many texts, many Upanishads, including Upanishads, Vidya Stuti. And Bhashyam to this, we will see. We will see in the next shloka. We will use this file. This is a book published by Motilal Banarsidas. I think the letters in this book are reasonably good. That's why I took this. All the chapters are there. I'll send you. I don't have that PDF file, which I use in the Gurukulam. For the fourth chapter onwards, it's not available, only up to third chapter. So we will use this book. It has got two parts. Complete Shankara Bhashyam is. So I'll send you this. You can use this. Stop here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवाद
धन्यवादः गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी। गुरुजी
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।